Welcome back. Mrs. George Murrell, Amanda Murrell, you directed the dancing here at the Lawn Social.
Yes.
Could you tell us something about the period dances, what the names of those dances were, and something of the background?
Well, we began, of course, with the Grand March.
Yes.
That is the see and be seen moment in the ballroom, or as we were doing this afternoon, on the lawn, because, of course, dancing is appropriate indoors as well as out.
Yes, indeed.
And so the Grand March is the occasion for everyone to make a grand promenade, see who is at the ball, honor their hostess, and show off their finery. And then after that, we did what is called a mixer. The particular one that we did was the patty cake polka,
Yes.
where the ladies change partners. This gives everyone an opportunity to mingle because, of course, sociability is most important at a ball in the 19th century.
And I did notice, Mrs. Murrell,
Yes.
that the gentlemen all wore gloves. Could you give us the perspective of why that was done in terms of manners of the day?
Oh, it's absolutely necessary that both ladies and gentlemen wear the gloves because, of course, you would not dare to soil a lady with the oils from your skin if you were a gentleman, and the same thing for the ladies. And also, of course, you don't want to soil the finery. So it is necessary for the gentlemen to wear the gloves as well as the ladies. I do regret that on occasion the gentlemen will be neglectful and will occasionally forget. That's why, as a hostess, I try to have a few extra pairs around so that all can be properly attired on the floor.
Oh, that is so very important at an occasion of this kind, whether it be indoors or out on the lawn, as this one was today.
And we can on the lawn be a bit more informal, and so perhaps since the gentlemen will have the opportunity to take a break and perhaps cleanse his hands before the next dance.
Yes, and certainly
A bit more informal.
I'm certain that the ladies are appreciative of that when they do that also. Now, tell us a little bit about the patty cake polka. Does that then indeed date to this middle Victorian period, or is it earlier, or can you date it exactly?
I don't have a particular date for this one, but it is a group dance, so it is early to mid part of the century. And I like it particularly because it allows everyone to mingle so much. And of course, until later in the century, that was so very important. Now, as the century progressed and the waltz became prominent and just dominated the ballroom, as well as the polka, those other couples dances, and we began to lose, I think, a bit of the group sociability. So without a precise date, but we do know that it was earlier as opposed to later in the century.
Now then, I'd like us to drop the persona, and will you tell us something about who you are and what you do, please?
Well, when I'm not dressed in the funny clothes, I'm Cynthia George. I am a producer-director at the United States Postal Service National Center for Employee Development in Norman, Oklahoma, where I live. I'm a volunteer with the History Center, and I've been working with them now about 20 years.
Well, I've known you for a very long time, but I wasn't exactly sure as to your real life employment or profession.
You're constantly in reenacting. You don't even know, you don't have a clue what people do when they're not dressed in period clothing.
No, you certainly do not. And I think it's important for our viewing audience to know that people come from all over the state to this lawn social occasion, which is a very big piece of our history here, and is interesting to so many people all over the state and indeed all over the United States and other countries. It's been a pleasure to have you here.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Yes, indeed.